So it's not Christmas. It's not my birthday. It's not any major holiday that people usually talk about it. But holy shit, it's Lithic Day! It's Lithic Day! I'm going to collect stones. Rocks. So, I've been thinking during this drive a lot more about how I feel about things, and I'm going to college to become an archaeologist, and I've been doing experimental archaeology for a long time. I don't really see many other people get this feeling of wonder, of doing something that somebody else did, pulling a rock out of a creek, crafting a spear point, or crafting an arrowhead, and going and using it. I know of a few others, but I really haven't seen that feeling of, I don't know the word for it, just like it's something you're supposed to be doing, and how fulfilling it feels. Just the act of taking that rock out of a creek and crafting a weapon from it does that for me, and it fills me with such excitement, and such awe, and such happiness, and such connection to the past and my ancestors. My ancestors from Europe, from France, from Egypt. My ancestors from Scandinavia did this. And to be able to do that now, in 2019, something that they did 12,000 years ago, is just mind-blowing to me. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain this feeling. It's just this feeling of awe of what humanity has done to get to this point now, and how important that history is. And I want to show people, I want to teach people how important this is, how important this history is, how important CHERT is to our existence now. We wouldn't be here without it. This is always one of the most exciting things for me, to go and try to find CHERT. Whenever I go to try to find CHERT, it's always really difficult, and that makes me wonder, how the hell did they find CHERT? They didn't have GPSs and be able to see where the creeks are from space.
Just pulled over at this rest stop. Some houses dotted down there. This is pretty crazy to me. Any CHERT? Down the cliff?
You could hear it. And I got a bag full of flint from down in there. There's Leah. And this feels really special. This is the creek I'm getting my chert out of. I'm standing on a block, and I'll show you right here is chert. This is not. This is chert. See that? Chert, not chert. So here's some more. You see this vein running through? That's chert. That's chert. And the outside of it, this stuff here is limestone. And the shinier stuff is the chert. So getting to this is the trick. I don't have much room here, but there's chert in this creek. So the way that I find chert is I look on geological maps and I look for like a limestone bedrock, and usually in limestone is some chert, and in this area there is a lot of chert. And right now we're in between a major river and a creek, so I'm going to take a look. We looked on like a Google Earth and zoomed down in on the creek, and you could see that there's a big big rocky shore. So whenever there's a big rocky shore where you know there's limestone, there might be chert, and that's what we're going to go look for right now. It's a little tiny piece of chert right here.
That's a good sign.
And I could actually make a little tiny arrowhead out of that, but I'm not gonna. I found another tiny little piece, and this might be Onondaga chert. And one of the ways you could tell if it's Onondaga or not is when you break it open, it smells like oil. So we'll give that a try and see if that's what it is. Pick that up. And that is not Onondaga. But that's a nice chert. It's nice and shiny and has sparkles in it. So, I'm gonna take the flake that I took off, make sure I don't leave it. Put it in my pocket. So I just wanted to point out something pretty cool here. I wonder if this would work as a fishing hook.
The thorns.
There's thorns all over this tree, sharp as can be. And I put this branch up, and I wasn't thinking, and I felt the thorn. I put this branch up so I could get past. I'm not going to leave it up because that will whip somebody in the face if they try to come through. Because it's just hanging on that thorn. It's like a snare trap. It'll swing down and whack somebody real good. So I'm not going to do that. So this is no good. especially on a river like this. There's bald eagles flying around, there's hawks, there's falcons. They'll take this to make a nest. This string that you fishermen left, they'll take that and they'll hang themselves in their own nests. So I'm going to find, there's a plastic bag right over there, and I'm going to take that plastic bag, pick up all this crap that this idiot left here, and all this stuff behind me. There's a worm container, 2 water bottles, dog food, spinner bait, and another thing of worms and some cans, and I'm just gonna pick it up and bring it out with me. But this is unacceptable. Don't do this. Don't do this.
I found CHERT.
I thought I just saw some too, but I lost it.
It's the black and the blue.
How big?
Tiny. In limestone.
Okay. So found a little piece. This outside is limestone. It's no good. But on the other side, a very, very tiny bit of CHERT. And you could clearly see the difference in materials. So you could see where the CHERT is in the limestone. So I can't use this piece. I'm going to leave it, but I'm going to pick up this crap. I feel like it doesn't even make a dent that I'm cleaning up after these people, because they're just gonna come back, see somebody cleaned it, and then they're gonna be like, oh, I could just throw my here again, somebody else will pick it up. No, pick up your the hell's wrong with you? Look at this, it's gonna fall right into the river. It's PVC. You melted PVC and it's gonna flow into the river and poison the fish, which then poisons the birds and poisons us, and god damn it. Now, I'm not familiar with the rock in this location, so I brought a mini sledge. And I see a piece here that looks like it might possibly be something, but I have no idea, so I'll just test it. And the other thing you want to be careful of is when I've been doing this and flipping over rocks, sometimes there are little snakes underneath, so be careful.
And spiders.
That's limestone. So, that is no good. And I see another thing over here, behind me, that does have spiders on it. That might be, this looks like limestone too, but we'll see. And it's limestone. So, 2 different kinds of limestone. So this is also probably limestone. But one of the things I wanted to tell you about limestone is it's very brittle, but if you're in some kind of survival situation and you need something to cut, limestone will cut. This is very, very sharp. Almost as sharp as flint, but it's easily, it dulls real easy. But if you ever need it, there's your knife. It's limestone. It'll work. So if you want to get really good at napping, nap limestone, because even I can't nap limestone too well. But if you want to get good, try limestone. So I just busted this little piece,
and it smells real strong of oil. This is Onondaga CHERT. This is the first CHERT I ever napped. I got it free at a nap-in. Just a piece about this size. I made a little tiny arrowhead and I gave it to my dad.
Can I smell it?
Yeah. It doesn't last very long, but...
It does smell like oil. Like petroleum.
Mm-hmm. So that's cool. I've been looking for Onondaga since forever. Little glacial cobble of it. I will make a little arrowhead out of this because I love this stuff. It smells like oil. It's so weird. Yay! Finally, a little piece of Onondaga. I've been looking for this forever. Seriously, even just a little piece. Like, man, that's the first stuff I ever napped. 12, 13, 14 years ago. Oh, man. Okay, I'm getting closer to finding it, at least. I could probably just ask other nappers where it is, and they would just tell me, and then I wouldn't have fun doing this, and I'm not going to do that, so. But if you want to give me hints, general location, like 50-mile radius, do that. Yes, do that. Especially for the Onondaga. There's another little piece right here. That looks more like the Isopus. So, some of the CHERT, like really, it runs in such a thin vein like that, that I know the natives used it, but I have no idea how they did. I was not expecting to find Onondaga here, not even a little. So I'm really surprised. Like, I'm really... Now I gotta look for every little piece, because I love it. And I'll just make little tiny arrowheads like this, and I'll just, like, smell them.
That's not weird or anything.
Here's another piece. This might be more Onondaga. So, it might be. Let's see. And it is. Sniff it. Sniff the rock. They also call it, they actually call it oil CHERT. Let me pick that flake up. Because it smells like that, I've heard people call it oil CHERT. But that's pretty cool. So here's where the creek lets out, and there's a bunch of rock piles down there that somebody stacked. Kind of looks cool. I know people don't like those, but whatever. And I've noticed that on this corner there's a little bit more CHERT coming from that direction. So it's not coming down river, it's coming from the creek. If you look right here, there's a little nugget of CHERT in this whole big rock. So here's another piece. And this is just looks like glacial cobble. Just rolled around, left by the glaciers when they were here. So you can see here, there's a clear difference between the limestones, the giant scary spiders. I don't know what that was, it was black. I'm kidding about giant, they're not really giant. But you could see the shininess compared to limestone. This looks like there's some limestone in it. So we'll give it a crack and see what happens. See, that is limestone. So this piece here is limestone, and then this piece here is CHERT. But it looks really weathered, so I'm not sure that I'll be able to get a good piece off of that. Let me put this here. Try again. I'll try this edge this time to see. To show you. So it's CHERT, but it's not very good. That's still limestone. Yep. But that's a higher quality limestone. So this stuff you probably could nap. You'd have to be really good. I don't like to work it because it's really tough and it's really brittle. I think this is CHERT. So I'll see. Oh man, it's tough CHERT if it is. Still limestone. Thought it was CHERT, it's limestone. Unless, try more. There's the CHERT. Limestone, CHERT. Alright, so I've scoured over pretty good here. There's more fishing line. Let me grab that. You guys, like, if you go out in the wild doing this stuff and you see fishing line, just pick it up. You know, birds. This really, like, I keep seeing bird nests with this in it, and those baby birds get hung in them. You see the baby bird hanging out of the nest by the wire, dead. Just pick it up if you see it. A lot of people, like, they lose their line in the water, and it's not intentionally thrown here, but they lose their line, and it washes up. So just pick it up if you see it. So anyway, I've scoured over pretty good. I found a couple little pieces of the Onondaga CHERT, which I'm really excited for, because that means I'm getting closer to where it's coming from, which I don't know which way, which means I have to go probably this way. Probably this way. So I'll go down that way and look there, and then I'm going to go down that way, and then I'm going to go down that way, because I just found Onondaga. I've been looking for Onondaga for 12 years. I found a piece this big. Yes! Oh. So about an hour, and I found the tiniest piece of Onondaga ever. Yeah! Also, somebody left their big grocery bag, so I threw all the in it. And I'm just gonna carry it out and get out of here and head elsewhere. But now I'm keeping my eyes peeled for little tiny pieces of Onondaga, because I like the smell.
Don't be weird.
I wonder if I had a sled, instead of walking here, if I could just slide the whole way down to the river. It's so wet, you probably could slide all the way down if you had a sled. It might hurt a little. It might hurt a little bit, but that's okay. Look at the rocks. You hit your on that thing going down. Ow! Cut through here.
Mugwort, jewelweed, burdock, garlic mustard, Dame's rocket, some kind of honeysuckle, Jiminy Creeper.
Now this, that is the paw print of a wild teddy bear from Toys R Us. They're extinct now. with every piece of plastic back here. It's too much. I guess just do what you can. To me, the most important thing is the fishing line. Grab the fishing line if you see it. Keep your places beautiful. You don't want to see trash everywhere. You just don't. Who wants to see it? I just decided to do a quick pit stop here. This is the Erie Canal. It's got some cool rock formations and all. I just figured I would stretch my legs a little bit and walk around. Just get some fresh air. Got warmer out. The sky's nice and blue. The water's actually clear-ish. Just gonna poke about a little bit. Get out the road. What are you hissing at? What are you hissing at? Don't be in the road. Get out the road. Don't hiss at me. I'm trying to help you. I'm giving you life advice and your baby. Yeah, hiss. Yeah, you gonna hiss? Get out of the road. Okay, be safe. Be safe. See the baby? You gotta be safe for the baby. Okay, I'm leaving now. Oh shit, it's gonna attack me. Attack goose. Attack goose. In this neighborhood here and happened to see this little creek here, and I went down. Let's see, where did I go down? I'm sorry for the wind. I'm using my phone at the moment. I just came down right here, and in this rock is more chert. There's a whole bunch right there. A whole bunch right there. You can see the darker stuff is the chert, the lighter stuff is the limestone. I'm pretty sure this was put here, but down there is a different kind of chert in those little cobbles, and it's not as good. It's very, very brittle, very shale-like. So I'm just gonna check it out a little bit, and I'll get back to you if I could, knock a good flake off and see what I could come up with. Okay, so I'm just testing random rocks here and hitting. And I hit one here. And it's a limestone, but it looks like it'll nap. So I'm going to bring this one home. It's not very ringy. But I don't know. I don't know. The other thing with all this is there's tons of sand fleas coming into these creeks. You can see them jumping away from my foot there. I hate these things. They bite. Quartzite, which I don't want right now. Yeah, it's a higher quality limestone. I'm not going to take this though, but you could practice snapping on this if you're new. And this is in creeks everywhere. Alright, guess I'm going to head out. Limestone Creek. Saw this and I pulled off. They had girls here. But this water is like, wow. I'm still looking for chert, but this location is just really, really beautiful. And there's like nobody here. I don't get it. That is Isopus CHERT. And right next to it is a piece I could use. So we've just been driving around and stopping at different areas where the creeks come through and let out, and looking at the rocks and just picking up any little bits of flint that might be from cobble or glacial cobble, glacial rolling around. And I don't really see too much here, but this is what we've been doing. We've just been stopping and looking and enjoying the areas. I'm not finding too much flint so far, but I'm really enjoying myself. I'm having a great time out here.
I think it's a robin's egg.
No rocks here. Maybe right in the water. If I could get that close without sinking. Nah, I'm sinking. Yeah. Let's get out of here. Just a quick pit stop. Giant dog down here. Hope it's a dog. I don't know. I don't know tracks. I know Flint and CHERT though. Oh.
Man, those tracks are massive.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they're next to people tracks, so I'm assuming somebody just brought a bull mastiff down here. I think the Flint is over there and we need a boat, and I don't have a boat. So now we need to make a boat. Is there a tree? Take like a week. Where the hell's the Flint? Is that the Flint? That's not the Flint, that's a leaf. After staring at something like this for so long, you get something called rock blind and you start to get really dizzy. I found more underwears than I have CHERT. What the hell is going on? Cigarettes and underwears. That's different. Just laying here is blue, weird colored, really rough, kinda CHERT-y stuff. Yep, there's some stuff here. It's very small though. Flip that. I'm having trouble finding larger stuff. I can't do anything with something that small. I can make something called a, there we go. Something called a bird point, but even this is rough here and the only good spot is there, so that's no good. That's unfortunate. I mean, there's little chips. Okay. Maybe I'll find something eventually. Like, really, this is harder than it appears. And I know I have some viewers that get really discouraged. But, like, look at what I'm finding. I mean, it's small. That's the piece I was just holding, and there's not much. And it is really difficult to find. So when you find a piece that's big, you're very blessed. I'll get back to you if I find anything. Here's a bigger chunk. This piece I'm going to take. I might be able to make something out of that. As far as I can see, it's not worked. So this should not be an artifact of any kind. And the source has got to be somewhere nearby. I'm seeing more and more of just rolled river rock. It's really shiny. I like the color too. It's got a crack running through it. But I'm not finding anything big. I need scuba gear or something. Get down under that water.
What'd you find?
I might be able to make a spear point out of this. It's got limestone here, but the rest of this is chert. And this is really pretty. There's more of it right here. This is really pretty stuff. It's blue. I need a bigger piece though. This is what I like making now. So those little pieces.
There's not the little pieces.
Aha. Bigger piece. Thank you. Bigger, slightly bigger.
It's like gray blue.
Yeah, grayish blue. Should be all around here.
Like some nugget.
Yep. It's another little piece right there.
Here. This is in its
That's a vein of it, but it's all decayed.
Yeah.
Not decayed, but
cool color.
weathered.
Oh look. Man, it's so shiny.
Surprised I'm not seeing any of the blue down here. What is this? Test it. Looks tough.
Chert.
Lots of limestone though.
Yeah.
So I might be able to split it right here. See that line?
Yeah.
So if I hit it right there hard enough, it should take most of the limestone off. We'll give it a try later. Right here.
Oh, nice.
This is it. Alright, I'm getting bit up. We're losing light. I got at least one big piece. We'll come back tomorrow, or go somewhere else tomorrow. I'll wash this off at the car, see what I got.
There's so many crawfish.
Big fish to show.
It's like crawfish massacre.
Oh my god. This is the first big piece I found. I'm not sure how much good is going to be in there, but we'll see. So once you get to the level of like 25,000 plus hours of flint napping, you can take a flake like this. And this is when you're a master. Don't try this when you first start. You hold it like this in the leather. You take your tool, in this case I'm using copper, and you really carefully line it up. This is really nerve-wracking. And then you have a completely finished point, pressure flaked. The edges are ground and ready to be hafted. This point is ready to hunt with. Now usually when you do that method, you clip your finger and you clip your fingernail really bad. But it's worth it to get a point of this quality from a flake that quickly. And that's how a master flint napper naps. Flint. Flint? Flint. CHERT. Yeah. I know what I'm talking about, trust me.
Leave no stone unturned.
So, yesterday we were looking around in the creeks and only finding little pieces like this. So I drove up into the mountains a little bit, hoping to find
CHERT and Flint.
To be able to make knives and spear points instead of small arrowheads. The stuff I found is good for small arrowheads so far, but I'm hoping to find some bigger pieces of CHERT. That's it. Found an outcrop of CHERT, and I'm not sure what kind this is, but I guess I would call it Isopus. And where it is on here, you can see the line. There's a line of it right there. It's darker than the rest of it. It's just a thin line. Some of it is falling out. And it's just on a side of a road here. Yeah, that's good. Good chert.
Is it in limestone?
It is in limestone.
Yeah. Cool.
Grab that. So that's cool.
Did you show him the vein?
Yeah. Maybe you could point at it, just so we could get a reference of where the vein actually is.
Right here. Nice.
That's really cool. Really cool. There's a big piece right there too. Gets thicker. Right there. Yeah. Right there. And there's some really good right there. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off for now. Let me just back up. It's just an outcrop. There's another outcrop just on the roadside again. And you can see a big, nice piece of chert right there. But I'm not gonna take that. I'm gonna keep looking. It's all down there too, though. So there's quite a few veins in this. There's one running up there that's a darker flint. Right there is the darker flint. But then if you walk closer, you can see there's a really nice flint right here. All of this. But I wouldn't peck at a wall or anything. I would look on the ground for stuff that's already fallen. And that's what I'll be picking up on roadsides. But this is really cool to see for me. Was driving past and I almost hit this little guy. Any of you guys give me an ID on that? I'm not gonna get out of the car and mess with him because I don't know a thing about snakes, but he's just chilling in the road. I'm in my car. That's a cool looking snake. Pulled off at a roadside place that had some picnic grills, so she's gonna go cook and I'm gonna go take a look down at the creek, see if there's any chert down there. This is pretty nice.
What was that?
There's just an explosion that came up from the...
So what you got?
So, I saw this sticking out in the creek, and I hit it, and it was limestone on this side. I hit it again, and there's little bits of chert in there. So I flipped it over one more time and I hit, and there is a big vein of chert going through the middle of this. So I might be able to get something out of there. It looks like it goes straight through.
Cool.
And then this, I knocked off a piece down there. It's mostly limestone, but there's some of that nice blue chert in there. And it's blocky. And I'm wondering if the artifacts around here are having lines go through them like that, and if they actually used pieces this big or not. I don't know this area. But I'm hungry. I'm making lunch. What are you doing? Oh, that's good.
It's just hot.
Hot. I just want the clams. So I knocked this piece off here, and inside is a little tiny bit of chert, but I think this piece has some more. So I'm going to try to knock just this piece off. It's very glossy in certain spots. It's going to be loud as This whole piece is chert. If I could split it. So the dark stuff is chert, but it's gonna be hard to get to.
Yeah, the rest is limestone.
Yep. Watch yourself. There we go. That's a pretty good piece. Yep, I'll take all this.
Hey, look at that one.
Yep.
That one bloody, so I don't know.
Yep. Let's see if I can do this without cutting myself. Yeah, I'll take all of this. This'll work. I mean, it's got a lot of limestone in it, but it's also got a lot of chert in it, so it will make a knife.
I'm gonna knock the limestone off.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock this whole piece and I'm gonna spoil it all down
Okay.
as much as I can.
Cool.
Take a look at this. I'm slowly taking off pieces like this that I could work into blades. All these little flakes and stuff I'm going to take for spear points and knives, and as long as they don't have too much limestone. But most of this is, I could use it, surprisingly. Oh, check this out. That's like a cajillion-year-old snail.
Oh, it's a fossil. Cool. It's some kind of bug.
I should actually take that too. It's pretty awesome.
Man, that is cool. Huh.
It had freeze damage in it, so I managed to split it.
Wow.
So I'm going to take this whole piece, because this all looks good to me. Ow, that is sharp, Flint. Flint is sharp, yes.
Cool.
Yep, this is all coming with me.
Sweet.
Yep. Yep.
Man, look at that.
Right here is a bunch of really, really old fossils. That's really cool. I could feel that it was a shell. It's actually lifted out of the rock. Really cool. So, that fossil that was here, I wanted it. So I busted it off. And I'm gonna take it. And I'm taking all of this because it's all good. Well, every one of these is a spear point or arrowhead, so I'm taking all of it. Shiny, shiny. This way. So I thought CHERT came from here, but it isn't. It came from here
Old cave. It's right below a modern quarry and mining facility.
See, this is all that limestone.
Yeah, that black limestone.
Here's some coming up. Higher too. Right up there is the
Yeah, I
black.
see it.
So that mine was creepy. Looked like it was collapsing too.
It reminded me of the old mine shaft from, what's the movie, The Great Outdoors?
Oh yeah. With the bear.
Yes.
A bald-headed bear!
Big bear! Big bear chasing me! Big bear!
What? Big bear chase me!
So there's some storms coming in, and it's going to be raining a lot, and we decided to come here to this lake. There's some big pavilions and primitive camping, so we're going to wait the storm out here. It's really pretty, and I really like it here, so I'm staying here. So even here, there's rocks with CHERT mixed in, ants. And here's like a gray blue, and here's like a light white blue. So all different colors.
So this was our campsite last night. We're at a campground. It's pretty nice. Campsites are fairly private. Each has a little bit of brush in between them, which is nice. And the sun is finally coming out. Blue sky. A lot of the clouds are supposed to clear up.
Alright, so last night it poured out, and we stayed at the campground here. And it's really pretty, even though it's cloudy and rainy, but I'm getting hungry. I need some meat. We can't hunt, we can't fish. So we're gonna go into town, it's like an hour away, and get some meat, recharge batteries for the cameras, and just some other supplies. And then come back here for another night. And we're gonna do there's a big hill right up over here that has a hiking trail on it that I'd like to hike today, if it doesn't start raining too bad. I mean, it's drizzling a little right now, but it's not bad. It's more misty than anything. So, gotta go get some kind of food. So I made a little pit stop here. I just happened to see it when I was driving past. French War, 1757. Here, English troops, guided by Indians, sought sulfur deposit site, Great Sulphur Spring, opened to the public in 1820. There's a farmer's market over there. There's a plaque here. It was something weird. When I pulled up, it stunk. It smelled like gas. Great White Sulphur Spring, Indian tribes healing water. Caused resort era, 1800 to 1940. The origin of village and official seal. And then there's something here. So I guess this is the entryway of where they found the spring. So this is actually the spring right here, right at the road. And that was what I was smelling when I pulled up. It just smells like really strong natural gas. Oh yeah, that stinks. That stinks bad. So there's actually flint in the spring when they built the wall. Oh look, there's a big piece of flint right there. Oh my god. It stinks. Oh god. So that stinks really, really bad. And supposedly this is healing. Oh, yeah, yuck. I don't know about that. Man, I kind of wish you guys could smell this. It's different. Okay, I'm leaving. So, gonna have to agree with Jeremy, one wild crafter. Maple syrup on everything. Yes. Probably more. We'll see. But yes, I agree. One of the things I wanted to talk about was something a little disturbing that I already knew about and I read in a academic report. And I'll record as I go along, but in bluestone gravel, especially in this area, they actually chop up CHERT. And in this academic report, it talks about how modern humans do not value CHERT anymore. And CHERT was one of the things that allowed us to become who we are today. And it was a very valuable, very precious tool source. And I don't know if it should just be blasted into gravel like this. So this is more of what I was talking about. That they just blast into CHERT for gravel. And it's mixed in with bluestone. And they just destroy it. I don't really think that's a unending resource for people. And we're just using it to drive our cars on, which isn't very safe to begin with because it's sharp and it pops your tires. It's popped mine before. They told me that something must have stabbed into the tire and popped it because there was nothing stuck in there, just stabbed. Sounds like it was the Flint. It was the Flint at the campsite. Filling in with sand. Not razor sharp flint, that doesn't make any sense. Doesn't work so good if they're facing you. What the hell? What was that? Never heard that sound in the woods before. It's a bird, I think. No. That is a squirrel. Wow, I've never heard a squirrel make that sound. What? Holy crap. What? I was watching a great blue heron viciously murder a fish. The great blue heron cares nothing for your human rules.
sweet potato. Cut it. That happens. And then this. You wear on your head. There's got to be a reason I'm wearing this ring of potato skin on my head. There's a reason. You'll see.
There's a big hill right up over here that has a hiking trail on it that I'd like to hike today. So I just wanted to show you guys where we're camping, how beautiful this lake is.
There's got to be a reason I'm wearing this ring of potato skin on my head. There's a reason. You'll see.
We're going out to the furthest point at this campground, and we'll just do a swing around shot at the furthest point just to show you. It's unbelievable to me. I love this lake. There's supposedly big trout in here too, and a special kind of bass, apparently, which I would eat. Crayfish or crawfish?
Or crawdad.
Or crawdad. Nobody knows. Nobody knows the truth. That's pretty cool. It's laying right here. Bird food. Oh, so that's something that I should tell you. If you're at a state park, you are not allowed to remove any rocks. You are not allowed to remove any plants, any wood, nothing. You do not disturb anything. It's against the law. And just if you see it, look at it, enjoy it, and that's it. Plenty of other places that you could go to do what I do. Don't do it at state parks. One of the things that struck me about this place is, I hope it comes out on camera, but it's this aqua blue, bright neon blue that transitions to a darker blue and almost green, and then out to the aqua, then a dark blue. And it's just always like this. Right over here, it's like a neon green. And this lake just really struck me when I drove through. I think it was last year or the year before. I just happened to drive through here. And I found out they had camping, so I had to stay. At least one night. But I did two nights. So yesterday, it was so windy here that I could barely stand straight on the shore, right at this edge. And I was standing here looking out as it was raining and the wind was hitting me, and this bird came flying past, and this huge gust of wind came, and the bird went and smacked right off my head. And that's probably the feather he lost when he smacked off my head, because that's the color of the bird. I don't know what kind of bird it was. He was moving at the speed of light. And it hurt. I'm sure it hurt him more than it hurt me. So I've been finding a whole lot of fossils. I'll show you this one. That's really cool. Sorry, I'm weird about things. Just random fossils. I've not seen that. And Leah is super happy because she found some skipping stones.
This whole beach is skipping stones.
Yeah, the whole beach is flat stones.
Cut that one. Look at that, perfect. Man, I want to fish and kayak.
It will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine.
Leia always really loves being around old, big trees. This one's pretty big. It's pretty old. Giving the tree a hug. She's always hanging out with trees. Chipmunk startled me. As I'm approaching creepy looking thing.
I was gonna say maybe it's a root cellar, but it's got a crucifix up top.
Looks like a mausoleum.
Yeah. Huh. Always checking for ticks. Look at that blue.
Coming out on camera.
It's sort of coming out. Not as pretty as with my eyes, though.
So we're gonna try for a very muddy hike to see what we could find. Maybe some Toys R Us teddy bear tracks, wild teddy bears, or something fun. We'll see. I've never been in here before, so I don't know what's up ahead. I think it's a 2-mile loop. We'll see.
Chipmunk cheeks. Kind of looks like he's smiling. He's just staying still so that we don't see him. But I see you. What do you got in your mouth, dude?
This just turned 20 times more beautiful instantly. To me, at least. sure this is horsehair. And I've used that for tinder before, and it holds an ember for a really long time. And if you look right under here, there's a little creepy crawly hanging out. Goes all the way up the tree. We're on the top of a mountain. Like we're at almost the highest point.
Seashell fossil?
It looks like it. And there's a little one right here. Little tiny seashell. That is crazy.
So even up here was ancient ocean bed.
Yep. I wish we could get the elevation. Cool.
What is that? I don't want to pop it in case it's a bug nest. Is that from a creature or from a plant? Drop the ID in the comments if you know.
I knew this was going to happen. Careful coming across here, the roots do sink. There's always a swamp, and I always sink up to at least my knees, and I didn't this time, and it looks clear the rest of the way. Yeah, I didn't sink. Yeah.
Got you both your shoes?
They're mucky.
At least you didn't lose it. Flashbacks to past trails.
Yeah.
Disappearing shoe act.
Yeah, about that, so quite a few times when I was walking with a walking stick because I was really weak and recovering, I would walk into a swampy bit and sink down to my ankle, try to pull my foot out. When I pulled my foot out,
You lose you.
my shoe came off under the mud.
Yep.
So then I would be standing there like this going, Leah, help! Dig my shoe out!
Yeah, fun times.
It happened quite a few times.
It did. I can vouch
But-
for that.
I'm getting better. I'm good. I didn't sink. This is really peaceful in here. I don't hear too much human activity. I don't hear any lawnmowers or anything like that. And this tree is crazy. Mosquitoes are a little annoying though. Hey, tree. We're just about out of battery, and we're just about at the end of the trail as well. And we're gonna make some dinner. We'll get back to you. We'll charge up the camera, and we'll show you what we're gonna do for dinner. There's something weird over there.
What's that?
I don't know. A bunch of trees piled against each other. So, we're just about out, but I just wanted to show you guys what the mountains up this way look like. And it's beautiful. Just a hike, just a short hike. Figured I would share.
We did it. You ready for hamburgers?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So I purchased this Centec 3-in-1 portable power pack. That's how I charge my camera and how I charge my phone. And it has a work light on it, which is right there, a USB port, USB charger, and two of...
DC 12-volt sockets.
Yep. And this I actually have hooked up, rigged to my alternator to charge the battery pack itself, so it charges while I drive. It charges while I drive, but that's kind of sometimes a little risky to do. If you don't know what you're doing, you could possibly damage your car or have the battery explode, so don't do that unless you know what you're doing, and even then be careful. But
It's got the jumper cables too.
it has jumper cables built in, and it's been a really useful tool for me, at least, to be able to record and continuously record no matter how long I'm out for or off grid for. We also have little tiny power packs that usually go dead pretty quickly, but this is my main charge unit here. And sometimes they have, the Centec has a 7-in-1 charger with a whole bunch of charge ports. And that's next on my list to get.
Getting prepped for dinner. I'm definitely hungry. We're going to have hamburgers, beans, sweet potatoes, onions, mushrooms. I'm looking forward to it. We got everything all set up. Cooking good. Flame's getting a little high. I made like baked bean style. Burgers. Potatoes. Alright, I'm gonna have to move these. Yum.
Delicious.
We are getting there. Beans are pretty much done. Burgers, the middle ones are probably a little overdone. Oh my god. So lucky.
Safe. How about that?
They look done. Burgers look good. Let's see. That looks good. Those probably still have a little ways to go.
Tasty mushroom on top. Sweet potato. Beans. Clementine. Oh, ketchup.
I make a sauce, we call it fancy sauce,
For me,
that Brennan really likes.
it's my fancy sauce.
It's ketchup.
So good.
That's what I put in the beans.
What's in the beans? Cool.
Oh, and everything, right? A random puppy has graced our campsite to lick up the hamburger grease. Hey, sweetie. What are you doing? What are you doing, pup?
Get over here.
Why are you doing crazy things?
I
make sure to edit this so that it don't look too insane. There's a stick in my burger.
No. Ew.
Okay, so how we're gonna do this. Burger. Some kind of bread. Some kind of beans mush with maple syrup. A mushroom in the beans. A sweet potato. A lot of ketchup.
I want some fancy sauce.
Yeah.
Gotta do the head bob thing. That's food. Does it look better if you get it on your nose? Oh. Sweet potato nose. So like how does this what is it called? Mukbang thing go? You have to chew noisily.
Oh, it's terrible.
I don't like doing that. I'll talk with my mouth full, but I won't, not chewing my balls of her. She doesn't like it. Put a lot of ketchup on my meat. I should probably do one bite without looking insane. Okay.
Doesn't really look good.
Oh, sure, it doesn't matter if it looks good or not. People just want to see people talk with food in their mouth. Leave that in the video. Alright, check this out. Alright. I have to do one normal bite, but you gotta put some of the crazy bites in there too.
Mm-hmm.
So, ketchup, fake bread, burger, beans with maple syrup, sweet potato, and a tiny piece of mushroom right at the front. Get shit on your arm. Okay, regular bite. That's good. Doesn't look too good, but it tastes good. So, when you make a sweet potato, you cut it. That happens. And then this, you wear on your head. While you eat the rest of it for good luck. It's tradition. Italian. For real. You could either believe me or not, but there's got to be a reason I'm wearing this ring of potato skin on my head. There's a reason. You'll see. So I'm talking low because we're at a campground and we do have neighbors. But I am enjoying this lake. I've not seen a lake like this with free camping anywhere, so pay for it. And comes with neighbors. It's okay. I'm enjoying myself. I had a nice long hike today. I can't finish my meal. It's like half a burger, some mush, and some mushrooms, onions. I'm not looking at the camera, I should look at the camera. Maybe I should flip it the other way because I'm always looking over at the red dot, because there's a red dot right there on my phone. Oh, we have a I think I showed you this. Wait, it has a thing on it. I'll probably only have one piece of this. It's nice and cold. Why is this cold? Magic. In restaurants. Get the baked potato. Wear it on your head. And sit there like this and just wait. Something magical will happen. You'll see. Trust me. Arrow rod, piece of flint. Been doing this a long time. It even sets the ground on fire. It's not as hard as they make it look. There's a deer directly ahead of me. So I'm walking out to the lake. It's actually pretty close. The deer is like, if I ran, I could throw a saddle on it and ride it to victory. It's right in front of me. So I just finished taking a walk down to the lake. And I'm coming back into camp, and Leah's having her one beer. Got a good fire going. Got the tent set up. Got some cool neighbors. This guy's telling some good stories. Luckily, they go to sleep early. It's only 9 o'clock. They'll be passed out in like 5 minutes. Okay, I'm turning this off.
Good night.
Good night.
Good morning, everyone. We are getting all cleaned up, packing everything up.
I'm really hesitant to leave here. I really like it. You can see the mountain all the way out, just the hill. It just looks really beautiful here. I can't get over it. Walk along the beach one more time, and then we're going to go resume the hunt for CHERT elsewhere. I think I hear a chipmunk.
So we pulled into this gas station. I just noticed that they have a hitching post for the Amish that live in the area that still use horse and buggies.
So I'm gonna say something. I never put cash in my wallet. I put the potato peel on my head as a crown yesterday, and today when I woke up there was a $20 bill in my wallet. Told you. Yeah. So we're going to take a look at some more creeks again. And I got Miss Leah a coffee so that she could move, because she wasn't moving. And there's the coffee in her hand, and now there's a smile on her face, and she can move. So now go carry all those rocks to the car for me. You see all those? I got you your coffee.
Let me finish it.
Okay. So one of the things about limestone is it is nappable. If you need to, and you can't find chert, you're ever in a survival situation, you can make arrowheads and tools and cutting material out of this, and I want to show you. And you just have to find a piece that's fairly workable. Let me see if I could smack it off with a caribou antler. So let's say, I'll put this right here. Let's say that this is what you want to make your arrowhead out of. So what you would do, I use that to knock the flake off. Now this is going to be more brittle than most flints. Like it will snap. This is like maybe a 1 or 2 time use tool. Say I hit it and it snapped. But you can take flakes off of this. It's hard to. And I'll just try to do this real fast just to show you. I took flakes off there. Flake, flake, flake. Flake, flake, flake. And with my shoulder, it's kind of hard for me to flake something this tough, but I'll show you, like if you need an arrowhead, this will work. You just got to be able to thin it down. I'll try to do it like this. And I guess we'll just speed the rest of this up. I kind of need a hammerstone. That's what I need. And you have to really put some force into this stuff, but as you can see, it does flake. Man. There we go. Took that big chunk off. And now it's going to start to look more like something you could attach to an arrow or use as a cutting tool. And actually, what I'm going to do, just because I'm not doing the whole process of making an arrowhead here, try to cut a small piece of leather and see how this does. I've never actually tested this before. I'm going to need Leah to pull it with one hand and have her fill them with the other. So here's the edge I just snapped. It's not as sharp as flint, but it cuts. Kind of. Gotta pull a little more than that.
So a little bit more effort.
It's not as sharp. It's not as sturdy. It's brittle. But this took me a few seconds to make, and I could cut through tanned hide. So if you need to cut through, skin an animal, this little tool will work. It's way easier to cut through skin than hide. I mean, it's tanned. So
And limestone is everywhere.
limestone is everywhere. Almost every rock you see along here
Like, it's way more abundant.
is limestone. I mean, I could smack almost any one of these. Here, take a look. This rock here.
And I can already see it's got a cutting edge.
Limestone. Sharp. It'll dull fast, but it'll work. As compared to really high quality Onondaga just lying here. I guess that's Onondaga. That's what people are telling me, the mottled blue and gray. Just real quick for a comparison. We'll try this. I'll just make a little bit of an edge on this. Just a tiny one. I'll put this on this rock so I don't forget it. Now I'll try to cut a piece of leather with this. I'll have Leah do the same thing. Just pull tight right there. A little closer because I don't want to cut too much. It's the edge.
Yeah, that's way easier.
Way easier. Just a little demo. Wanted to show you can use limestone. If you can't find chert, limestone's everywhere. Any creek. Okay. And now I'm tired.
Have a coffee.
Yeah. So I wanted to give that demonstration. If you needed to make an arrowhead and you don't have chert, that will penetrate, not as good, but it will kill. If you put that on an arrow or a spear and you need to hunt, that'll work. It'll also cut. It's just a little bit more effort, and you might want to make the edge a little more refined than I did if you're working limestone. I've made a few limestone points, and it's really tough to flake the way I just was. So I usually use a different method, but I'll leave that up to you guys to experiment with if you want to. I'm pretty happy with the chert that I have found here. It's sharp, as you can see, and we're gonna head down the creek and look for more bigger pieces, like that one that I found that I split in half. That is perfect. They told me that is called, I asked in a couple of the Facebook groups, and they told me it is called Onondaga. I'm not entirely sure that's what it is, because it doesn't have that certain oily smell. I have to crack into it more to see if I do smell it, but there were pieces here that did have that smell, so we're gonna keep looking. So here's a public access area to a creek that I know has, or at least had chert on it a few years ago. I walked right down here and I started seeing it. There's some right here. And at the time I found some kind of coarser grained, darker black chert that I believe is Snake Hill chert.
There's a lot of rocks here.
Yep, it was over by the water where I found the most of it. stuff that I found was a like a dark black outside. Looks like they push stuff around quite a bit.
Oh, there's tadpoles. There's a lot of tadpoles. See 'em? There's a whole bunch of tadpoles just in this puddle.
This is it.
Did you find it?
Yeah. Come over here. So I remembered it had a black look to it.
Yep.
And I hit it right here.
Oh, look at that.
And this is pretty pure chert.
Nice.
So I'm gonna take this whole thing, flake included. And that's what you're looking for, is something that looks like that.
There's a little frog hiding his head. He's like, if I hide my head, nobody can see me. They're everywhere in these pools. There's so many tadpoles. Oh my gosh. Tadpole City. This one has some cool banding on it. Here's that gray stuff. And an ant. Hello, buddy.
Let's take that piece. What you got?
I have a gift of blue.
Oh, nice. Really nice.
I mean, it's a little damaged,
I'll be able to get stuff out of that.
but that's the biggest piece of the blue we found.
Yep.
God, look at these.
Yep.
That's nice.
This used to go right to the river and they plowed up a huge wall.
See more blue.
So I don't know what they're doing here. So there seems to be a mix here. Some of this looks like some of the darker Norman skill to me, as well as light blue Esopus, some grainy, crystally blue stuff. That's green. So I might be finding Norman skill river cobble.
Look at this color.
This is what we found so far. Yeah.
It's like gray.
Yeah.
See this giant black piece? Hold on. That?
Yeah, I don't know. Here, hold the camera. Let me test it. Yep. This piece
Yeah.
looks like
I mean, it looks like it's got a lot of quartz in there.
limestone. There's this piece. I don't want to mess with this too much. See, the problem is
Yeah, it's
a
just
lot
that
of this
little.
stuff is just that thin band.
Careful. Jesus.
Limestone.
Landslide.
Be careful doing this.
Rock slide.
Be careful doing this. Leah is helping a turtle who is stuck in the road. He was just sitting there. He was crawling that way, but ever so slowly. And people are flying down these roads, so I put my hazards on and she went out and helped them.
Always help turtles.
Stopping to make some clam chowder for lunch. New England clam chowder. Leah's getting a fire started. Right over that way is a waterfall, and I'll show you that in a little bit. We got a cool lighter. This thing is like a blowtorch.
Yeah, that's great.
It just doesn't turn off. When you let go of the button, it keeps going.
Oh, I collapsed my little... Oh.
Leah couldn't get the fire going. So I got my Master Bushcraft pouch here with my ferro rod and my flint. I also have a hand-forged steel striker that I'm not going to be able to use at this angle, so I'll use the ferro rod. You're a master bushcrafter. Done. That's how you know you're the best. Master. A nice little park here. Couple grills. Sure, we cut that out. Cut that out. So the secret to a good New England clam chowder is a pinch of cayenne and some Parmesan cheese. I'll wait for that to finish cooking. I'm hungry. It's got clams and potatoes and a milky broth that's soon to be cheesy broth. This is the part that nobody ever shows.
It's true.
That's how you clean a cast iron pan. Just water and a sponge. And then it's good to lick. You could just lick it. Oh wait, you gotta add more water first.
Rinse.
Then you rinse it.
There you go.
You can see her reflection in how clean that pan is. You see that? Look, perfect reflection. She polished the pan.
Oh, goodness. Another waterfall up there. I see you. On to the next spot. Still seeing Esopus?
Yeah.
And you got enough of that, right?
Yep.
There's deer tracks over here. And some kind of canine. Oh, there's bigger fish. Little school.
Still just the Esopus stuff.
Yeah.
Like mostly limestone with a little bit of chert. I just saw a little bit of it. Just Esopus here.
Okay.
Don't even know if I could use it, so I don't want to overload on it. So here's a shale outcropping on the river, and it looks like chert, and it would fool me. It used to fool me, but it's very crumbly. It just snaps, and you can't really use it. And most of this here is all shale. Show you on another piece. Looks like flint. And it just, I could flake it with my hand. I just don't want to cut myself, so I'm being careful.
It like comes off in these sheets almost. Like it's just layer upon layer. There's a secret little cave in front of you. What's in there? Hello? Anybody home? Oh. It's dryad saddle mushroom. It looks well past its prime. I think that's dryad saddle. It's got another name. Oh, I can't remember. Pheasant tail? Maybe? What are these guys? Don't know. I do not know very many mushrooms. Unfortunately. If that's dryad saddle, it would be edible. But you never want to eat a mushroom unless you're 2,000% sure you know what it is. And like I said, it's well past its prime. It's probably so buggy and rotted. Cool to see though. Alright, I guess I'm climbing that. Wish me luck. These are some of the old farm buildings. And there are... Is that an alpaca or is that a llama? I think it's an alpaca. This little puff tail. Hello.
Alpacas are guardian animals and may spit if they feel aggressive. It's usually what I do.
Oh man. Where's all the sheep today?
They look so
It's got
little
itchy skin.
shaved.
Yeah. They do. They look so much smaller and skinnier.
Yeah, they don't care.
Probably feels good with how warm it is today, though.
I think they're being
He's
bothered
got super
by
itches.
Looks like they're being bothered by bugs.
Yeah, he was just rubbing his head on the ground. Gotta get them snacks. Nom, nom, nom. Hi.
What are you doing?
He's got an itch.
Oh, let's leave him be.
Alright. Goodbye. Have a good dinner. Enjoy. This is some of the biggest plantain I have seen. Oh my god, I'm used to it being this size. Look at these. It's huge. It's broadleaf plantain. So that's a edible medicinal. It's good on bug bites. Hey, baby. Hey, go ahead. She's waiting for you.
Come on, hon.
Oh my goodness, look at this guy. Hey, pup.
What the hell?
They can be dangerous.
Just kick 'em.
Coyotes are so skittish.
I mean, they could carry off a chihuahua.
Exhibiting bold behavior. Yeah, if you see a coyote exhibiting bold behavior, that's weird. That's unusual. Coyotes are so skittish.
Old thing.
No, what is this?
Which part of an old thing?
An old thing.
It's my expert archaeological opinion.
Be careful. Old
I'd
farm.
say it was probably ceremonial purposes.
Ceremonial purposes.
Yeah, these gears might mean something spiritual.
That's your archaeological opinion?
Yep.
Like a
Barbed
teeth.
wire here. The ground is shaking as I'm walking on it because there's nothing below it.
Oh,
It's
it's
roots.
that eroded?
It's roots.
Alright, well you hold shit together, trees. You're doing a fine job. Visitor's welcome. Want to poke your head in?
Cool.
Anybody in there? No? Oh, look at this.
Wow.
Oh, I guess they do demonstrations. That's awesome. I'm a sucker for... Oh, my God, look at the spider in there. I'm a sucker for these old bottles. Use safety goggles. It's got a little hat with a feather in it. And a, like, little train conductor's hat or
Please
something.
return tools to where you found them. I'm not even going to touch the tools. This is amazing. I've not seen one with this many.
This is so cool. Oh man. Look at that. Oh, I can't see That is awesome. Is this a museum back here?
Yeah.
Girl Scout vest?
45.4 miles long.
Yes, they do scout stuff in here too, which is also awesome. Oh, you can't really see. Sorry.
Chilman's Creek in Dutch. I can't.
Norman scale. It's true. Oh, I only got a minute of battery left. That is too bad. Well. Oh, this is all reconstruction.
This is what I need replaced. Remark.
What's that?
Grind bit.
What do you use that for?
Everything.
Antler and stuff?
Mostly to sharpen my tools. Just a little spinning.
The copper tools?
Yep.
Or the antler?
The antler too. You
So
just
this
turn
time?
it on for a second, you hold the antler, turn the antler and it sharpens it. It's good to go again.
Cool. Alright, gonna run out of battery. We gotta get out of here. Anyway, it's hello. Okay. Alright, we'll get back with you in a little bit.
So, this is where I get my my favorite flint, and I have the landowner's permission to be here. But I want to show you what good flint breaks like. And I'll show you. I just make spalls like that, and that will be a knife. And I try to do that as much as I can on a piece. So that it's easier to bring home. But I try to get pieces like that that I know I could slab into knives, and I slab like that. I don't use a machine like people do nowadays. I do it with either with this when I'm here, or when I'm at home I use a giant hammer stone.
Let's stop before we head home.
Let's see if I can get a good one off this piece. You got it?
Yep.
And that took the entire side off. And usually this has some damage in, the glossier stuff. But this piece I could probably use. This piece I will use. And I'll see if I can get more off this giant boulder. First I break that little piece off. I don't know if I could get much off this one. I'll try right here. Nah, it gets chunky. So in there, that's not too good for napping. You could make small points and stuff, but that's not what I'm after. I'm gonna be a while.
show you a little bit more. That is a nice color. Sun's almost down.
Alright. Let's get going. Now, and I'm on my way back home. I got a good maybe 4.5 hour drive ahead of me. And about 400 pounds of Flint.